The first thing I'm going to show you is how to create a color wheel on a piece of paper. Now you can use things from your art kit, like you could use your paint palette, but let's say you don't have your art kit at home. You can find anything that's round. The kitchen is a good place to look for round objects. And what I'm going to do, this is called a trivet, and it keeps pots from burning the counter. And I'm just going to center it on my paper, and then I'm just going to use a pencil and I'm just going to trace around it. Now that we have the circle traced, I'm going to label this like a clock face so I can divide it into 12 equal pie pieces. So the top is going to be 12, and I'm going to do this really lightly because I don't want to see it in the end. It's just to help me break up this into even pieces. So the trick is like 12 and 6 should be opposite each other, 3 and 9 should also be opposite each other, and then 10 and 11. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use anything as a straight edge. It could be a ruler, it could be, I have an envelope here that I just like a letter I got in the mail. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the approximate center of this clock face, make a little dot, and then I'm going to go ahead and make a V for each numbered that I have on the clock face. So I'm just going to trace it using the straight edge like this. And that's one of my pie slices. Now I'm going to go around and do the rest of it. Now you can see that I have this not exactly even, but it's close enough. I think it's going to work for this assignment. So now what I'm going to do is just label my color wheel on the outside, just to give myself a reference point for where the colors that I'm going to do need to go. So I just want to pick a color. It doesn't really matter what color you start with, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do red, and then I'm going to do orange, and then I'm going to do yellow. So I'm skipping every other one because what I'm first labeling is the primary and the secondary colors, and then I'm going to label the tertiary colors, which are the last ones. So for instance, you'll see that I have red and orange, and between red and orange there's an empty pie slice. That's because that's going to be red-orange. Between orange and yellow is going to be yellow-orange, and so on. Between yellow and green, it's going to be yellow-green. Between blue and green, it's going to be blue-green. And between blue and violet, it's going to be blue-violet. And between violet and red, it's going to be red-violet. Okay, I'm all ready to I'm set up now to do either painting, collage, or colored pencils.